I'll probably spell commentary wrong, so but I don't really care. But so basically, you guys are gonna ask me questions on Q&A. You guys know what to do. You guys are gonna ask me questions. I'm gonna give you answers, or you guys are gonna ask me something about my life story, like whatever, like anything pretty much, and I'm gonna tell you the whatever happens in my life, like whatever my mom does to me. So actually, let me make a class real fast. Okay, obviously you want to play team deathmatch. So I guess until we get a question, I'll do something about my life. I guess we could just work. I'll start from when I was born and go up to when, well, we'll just come up to now. So basically, when I was born, I had, like, apparently when you're born you're allowed to go home the first day, but not me. I had to stay in the hospital for months because I was very sick when I was born. And so like I don't really know, like I just know my mom told me I was really sick, and one day they had to give me a like foot-long needle in my spine, a shot with a foot-long needle, and she said my dad had to go out in the hall and he cried. I don't know, and I'm kind of mad because I'm pretty sure that's the reason that my back freaking hurts every day when I walk. But anyways, so if you didn't know, my name's Hayden. In my family, I go by Isaiah. At least some people do, not everyone. Just like people that live in my house or come over. Anyone who's watching this that's friends with me, you can call me Isaiah. I don't really care. I'm gonna respond either way. It's just because I don't know. I like Isaiah better because I don't really. I feel like the use of the middle name is pointless if it's not gonna be heard. But so after I was born, I went into preschool later than everyone because of the hospital thing. But so I went to McSmiles, which was a preschool on the bus, and it was like literally a bus with no, like it had like these ghetto desks on it, and you could sit, but I don't really remember sitting, like maybe once when we painted our hand, but that was it. And then the rest of the time I normally just play with these like foam blocks. And I don't know, I used to always think either play like with the cylinder one, which I would either call it a bomb or a drink. I don't know, I was weird. And later I ended up going to First Baptist Church preschool. I don't know if it's kind of like you graduate up there or something. I don't know, it's kind of retarded. But so anyways, I go up to First Baptist Church, and this place I got in trouble every day. And what is this? But I got in trouble every day. Like I was in the principal's office almost every day. And the only time I really remember any reason for going there was we were playing on like, kind of like if you've ever been on a slip and slide, like at the end of the slip and slide, it's like, it like shoots up water out of it. Like, I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but if you do,
should've stayed close, man.
I don't know. But we were on something like that, but it wasn't a slip and slide, it was just the part where it sprays up, and we all stood in the middle, so I don't see the point in it. And so I ended up like stepping on one of them. I did it on purpose, like, just I wanted to see how far it would shoot, but I didn't mean to do what I did. Like, I pressed it and it flew up. What is your social status? I don't know, like, can you explain what that means, please? But I remember stepping on that pad and it flew up and it started shooting the water, right? And then, so the freaking thing just has to hit the teacher over there, right? So it hits the teacher and she's like, come with me. So I'm like, so I go up there and I remember the principal was wearing like a pink shirt that day, and I kept looking at her like so much because it looked just like her skin color. So I was like, why is this woman naked? And then later I realized she had a shirt on, but then I'm a turtle. I don't know. But then after preschool, obviously I went on to elementary school. My first teacher was Miss Jordan. And we used to, like, every once in a while we would have this one freaking big fatty come in the classroom. And, like, if you were reading and didn't stop for, like, more than 3 seconds after a period, you were in trouble. So this one time, I drew this picture and put Big Fat Meanie on it because I remember seeing it on SpongeBob. And then I threw it in the trash, and then later in the day, this girl was like, Hayden, what's this? And I don't know, like, how did they know that I drew it? But I didn't get in trouble for it. Then I remember this one time, I was going back to the art section, right? And I sit down, and this girl just pulls out the chair from under me. I'm like, what? So I'm completely embarrassed at this point. I'm like, yeah, there's no way of walking this off. But then up on into first grade, I get Miss Jordan again, only come a first grade kindergarten combination class. First grade, I don't really I remember I met some good friends. I have this friend, I'm still friends with him now. His name's Josue. And, he would, like, when someone said his name, he'd say, no, my name is Joseph. And then they'd say Joseph. He'd say, no, my name is Josue. He would change his name, like, every day. So no one really knew what his name was. But anyways, I'll move on to third grade, right? So it was the summer, it was after first, or no, wait, I totally skipped second grade. Wait, second grade. Second grade, I don't really remember anything. I met a good friend. Oh yeah, I met a good friend named Casey. He's a really good friend. We used to hang out all the time, I swear. That's really all I have to say about second grade. I read a lot in second grade. And then the summer after second grade, like, it was summertime. And then, remember this one girl's dad came over because my stepdad used to mow, like, everyone in the freaking county's lawn. So, like, everyone knew him. So, this girl that I was in kindergarten and first grade with, dad came over and he's like, yeah, I heard rumors that Miss Jordan was going to be a third grade teacher. And I was like, good God, I'm going to have her for my third freaking time as a teacher. But thank goodness she didn't turn out to be a third grade teacher. So I ended up with Miss Buchanan. It started off good in the year, and then this was the worst freaking teacher I'd ever had in my life. So her name, I don't know if I said it, but her name was Miss Buchanan, right? How she But she was a butthole. And this was when I met my best friend, like best friend of all time. He still lives here. He's from Kansas City, and his name's Jacob. He probably don't care if I say his name, but he's really cool. He has a slight speech impediment, though, where he like some words he can't say. Like he can say it, it's just kind of sounds different. But once you like know him for a while, you can tell what he's saying. And then so, me and Jacob, like, I don't know, if I wasn't with Jacob, we never got in trouble, but if I was, we got in trouble. Like, not because we did bad things together, because we were good friends, it was just like, if we were anywhere within 3 feet, we got blamed for bullcrap. And my mom hated this teacher too, like, this was the only time, like, when my mom actually believe stuff I said. Now it's like I say something, she's like, nope, it's your fault. But you know, I guess that's how most of it is. Like, it is kind of your fault if you get in trouble for something. Well, actually it is your fault if you get in trouble for something. But so, like, this was the dumbest thing. So I used to get so mad. And one time, so, like, I don't know what we were doing, but, so Jacob ends up doing something, and I get blamed for it. Like, Miss Buchanan thinks that I did it. So, I get in trouble, get, like, a week of lunch detention, but, well, that's what we call it now. It used to be called silent lunch, and basically, there's this one table for the kids that have silent lunch, and all you do is sit there, and you can't talk, and if you do, you get in trouble. So it's like retarded, and I did not like it at all. And so Jacob knows that he did it, like clear straight up, and he's a good friend. He ain't gonna like make me get in trouble. Like, so he tries to explain that he did it. Well, at first I tried, like I was trying to say Jacob did it, and he was like, if you're a true friend, you don't tell. So I didn't, and plus she wouldn't let me talk anyways. And then so later, she says, you still got like a week, cause like, she said cause I did something like what I did was so bad that I deserved another day for some reason. So Jacob tries to explain that, like, he did it. So he says, and right when he gets to that word, the freaking retarded teacher's like, shut up, I'm not talking to you. And I don't care what you have to say about this. And at this point, I'm like, dang, he got roasted. But not really. I was kind of mad that, like, she said that to him, though. That kind of made me mad, too. But this is a good camping spot.
They're gone.
But, so that happens. And so I guess I sucked it up and served those days of lunch detention. So then moving on to 4th grade, we have Miss Brackett. She wasn't mean, but you know, if you did something wrong, she could get pretty mad. Like, she didn't play around. But she could be fun sometimes. And I remember we went on this dope field trip, right? We went to her farm. Like, she has a big freaking property of land, or piece of land, whatever you want to call it. And she has a bunch of freaking animals in a creek. But we went on a field trip there. And we like were allowed to swim in the creek. And so this was back when I first started playing Call of Duty. My first Call of Duty was COD 4. This was like a... I'd say like, maybe... I got COD 4 like right before Black Ops 1 came out. And I played it a little bit, and then I got Black Ops 1. So I didn't really play COD 4 that much, but I consider Black Ops 1 my first COD because it was my first online game.
Target down.
And so it was fun. I love that game, and I used to rage a lot. But so getting back to the story, we had all played Black Ops 1 then, so we like to play it in real life because like we were still young and we like to, you know, play imagination or whatever you want to call it. And
Cerberus inbound. Care package inbound.
So we're in this creek, right, and we're just creeping around like we're playing in the game, like a stealth mission. And so like apparently you can't get like, so this one girl's like soaked from head to toe, and I barely get like an inch of my shorts wet, and she's like, "Oh, Hayden, you gotta get out." I'm like, what? So that really made me mad, and I got in trouble, and I had to sit out the whole time, and I was dumb. Okay, now moving on to 5th grade. I got my 5th grade teacher was Miss Helms. She was my aunt. 5th grade was pretty cool. I liked it. Got some great friends. Got a little bit of trouble, not much. Like 5th grade was like my favorite year. Like I don't know what, like the end of the year is kind of all I remember. Like the last couple months was so fun. Hold on. Like we used to get to play games and everything. Like it was so fun. And like nothing really happened to me that year. Nothing too special. Oh, we went to the Outer Banks and I found like my straight up like favorite crush in the world. Like, and I liked her since like I don't know, a couple of days ago. And not a couple of days ago, a while back, because one day she didn't wear makeup, and I was like, what the freak is this? It's like, if girls have to look, like, if they have to put makeup on to look as pretty as she did, then that's just retarded. I don't want no girl that's gonna have to put that much on to look good, and when she doesn't put it on, she looks retarded. And so then, in 6th grade, I met you see that guy there, Sharkbait, that commented. I met Sharkbait back in, what was it? Kindergarten, yeah, kindergarten. But in 6th grade, I hung out with Sharkbait a lot. Well, his name's Gavin, but his YouTube's Sharkbait. And, so anyways, I hung out with him a lot, but I started off in Miss Neal's class, right? And, so, like, they said I was too smart to be in her class.
Enemy down.
So, I thought that was retarded. Because I don't really care what class I'm in, first period or 6th. Well, they said I was too smart, so I had to be moved to a different class. So I ended up getting moved to Miss Ledbetter's, which is this, African-American lady. And she's really old. She was 1 year from retirement. And so she was pretty cool sometimes, but mean most of the time. I got rolled up so many times, but she never turned them in to the office. So, like, I didn't know that write-ups did that until the following year, which is 7th grade, which is where I am right now, close to the end. So we get to 7th grade, which I'm in right now, and like, I don't know, what do I have to say about 7th grade? So I'm in Mr. Long's class, right? He's my first period. And they call him, some people call him one leg long because he has one leg. And, well, at least some people know he does, some people don't know. And so he has the one leg and one's prosthetic.
They kicked our
And he is like, he's got to be over 400 pounds. Not to be mean, I'm just saying. But this guy had to have a walker to walk from, like, one end of my TV to the other end of my TV. Like, not that far because there was so much weight he had to walk. Like, he walked so slow. He had to have a walker, and it was bad. But then he ended up getting real bad sick. And he had to go to the hospital, so for the rest of the year we have this new sub named Miss Frisbee, and like, she's okay, she's not as bad as all the other teachers, but my second period teacher, Miss Pettifer, this actually happened today, right? So there's this thing where you can take a piece of paper and like fold it a certain way and pull it up, and you can sling it down and it pops really loud. So I pop it like so freaking loud. And she's like, oh, I didn't mean to do that. She's like, whoever just did that's getting 3 days lunch detention. And she's like, if no one says it right now, everyone has a week. So, like, sitting there, she's like, 1 week, no one says anything. 2 weeks, nobody says anything. 3 weeks. Then everyone just points at me, right? And we're actually doing this project where I have to do that paper thing. And, like, it's part of the skit. And so, it ends up, like, becoming this big freaking thing. Everyone points at me. Like, every time something happens, everyone points at me. And it turns out me and one of my other friends that did it. I did it one time, but the second time it was him. So they blame it on me. So I get 3 days of lunch detention. And then later, Josue's trying to explain, as you remember earlier. Josue's trying to explain what I did. And she was like, let me see what you did. I said, I used this piece of paper. She's like, show me. So I did, and she was like, oh, I thought you used, like, a jug or plastic and put a hole in it. Just like this, retarded. This girl is retarded. So she says, that's probably the stupidest thing I've ever done. So you no longer have lunch detention, and I was like, yes. So basically, that's my life story. Oh yeah, and a couple days ago, like I was saying earlier, if girls have to wear that much makeup, you have to be like, agree.
That's a kill.
So, I met this one girl that like hardly ever wears makeup, right? I ain't gonna say no names. But turns out we talked for like a couple weeks, right? I get her number from Casey, as you remember, my 2nd grade friend. And so I get her number and we start talking for about 3 weeks. And then one day my cousin comes up to me. She's like, yo, you still like this girl? And I'm like, yeah. And so, hold on. So, I wait after class, right, and I didn't expect anything. I don't know, like, I didn't know anything, like, what they said. So, I end up coming out. I'm walking up the stairs, and my cousin stops me. She's like, she said yes. I'm like, what are you talking about? So, it ends up that she agreed to going out, or start dating. I hate saying going out. So we agreed to, not agreed, but She said yes to dating, okay? Let's keep it at that. I'll make it sound so gay. So, we've been dating, what's the name, the 19th? 3 days? And it's going pretty good, you know, I don't have my phone so we can't really contact. So I kind of just try to hang out with her as much as I can. And, oh yeah. My life story.
Shot out. Dropped them.
UAV inbound.
Now you guys can ask me questions since I'm done
Battle ready.
with my commentary.
Good effect.
Friendly UAV inbound.
Let's try something cool. That wasted my sparrow. I swear, I'm trying to hit markers.
Mover. Smoke check.
Sniper.
Sniper down.
Alright, we can leave now. We got the freaking Man of War. Everybody at school's like, oh, level 28 is the Man of War. I don't care. So, on the 21st, I'm going to be making that knife video. Finally got those, as I said yesterday. Let's see. We'll put it here because this class is gay. Dust. Oh my god. Yeah. How many more do we need? We only have 7. I swear. All around me, waiting for me. The beauty of annihilation of life. Okay. Oh! Yeah. I want the daily and weekly challenges.
Team deathmatch.
Mechanized infantry. Tip of the spear.
I forgot to put on freaking no man.
Weapons free.
Target down.
You're freaking kidding me, right?
Enemy patrol! Drop them. Ruin down.
Whoa, 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 what's going on? Whoa! What the heck? I just got like so dizzy. Like, not like dizzy all over, like my head just like felt like it was swaying.